Are you looking to start photography, or do you have a camera system that doesn't work for you? Well, you want to stay tuned for this video, so let's get started. How many times have I been in the field and people ask me about my camera, and they always ask, oh, do you have like the Canon, Nikon, Sony? Those are always the three brands that people talk about. But you missing a couple of other brands, and most importantly, you missing what I think is the brand you should really start with. And I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why I think that OM system camera should really be on top of your list if you are looking to get into a new camera system or if you're looking to change your camera system. So let me give you my reason why I think OM system is the brand to have. First of all, I'm an OM system ambassador, so some of you are going to tell me that my review is not honest. Well, I'm an OM system ambassador because I love the brand. I started with this brand after having had a camera system that really did not work for me, and talking to a lot of people and trying the different cameras. And actually, before I bought into this camera system, I rented it. I tried it in the field and it was just the perfect system for me. So test the gear before you buy them. Go to your camera store, try it. If you have friends who have the system that you're considering, go and try it. It's really the best way to see if this camera is a good fit for you, or any camera is a good fit for you. But here are my reasons why I really think that OM system should be on top of anybody's list if you are serious about getting into photography, but also when you're starting, you want a system that is going to help you and have all the tools without having to invest in extra gear to get the images that you want. And that's the problem with a lot of the top of the line camera. They are, first of all, super expensive, but they're not going to give you everything that you want. You will have to invest in filters, you will have to invest in super stable tripod. Well, OM system has you covered, meaning that you just have to buy the right lens for the type of photography that you want, and then get any of the bodies, the OM5, the OM3, the OM1 Mark II, the OM1. Even some of the older cameras are still excellent cameras that people get for so cheap. Why are those cameras so great? Well, first of all, computational technologies. That honestly should just seal the deal for you. I think a lot of people don't realize how much technology is packed on those teeny tiny cameras. You can do so much. Let's say that you're getting the OM1 Mark II or the OM3, even the OM5. You get live ND, neutral density filters, meaning that let's say you are walking, you see this beautiful waterfall, and you're like, yeah, I don't have an ND filter. I want to have that smooth, silky water on my waterfall. Well, you know what? You have live ND, it's in camera. You can do that handheld. Those are a couple of examples that I took handheld of waterfalls with the live ND. Maybe you have a bug like this one right here. That's focus stacked in camera. I do so much focus stacking because when you're doing macro photography, your depth of field is very shallow. So I have a lot of people who are very interested in doing macro photography, but they get frustrated because they don't get the result they want. Well, you have to invest in a tripod, you have to invest in a focus stacking rail. Well, here, your camera does everything for you, and yes, you can actually focus stack handheld. This is handheld focus stacked. So yes, it takes some practice. Yes, it's not going to be like an immediate perfect result, but with just, your camera, a flash, a good diffuser that you can even make yourself. I have a video to make your own diffuser if you are interested. Well, you can get those results and you don't have to buy anything else. Now, How about GND, Graduate Neutral Density Filters? The OM3 and the OM1 Mark II, they have those graduate neutral density filters. That's right. If you're doing sunrise or sunset, and if you have a very contrasty sky and very, very hot sun, well, how about GND? You can just drop it right in camera and get those results. No need to carry super heavy equipment and that you have to fix it to your lens and then you have to carry it around. It's right here. It's in camera. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. How about live composite? That's one of my favorite. You want to do star trails, you just starting with photography, you don't know much about editing. Well, here you go, straight out of camera. You can just tell your camera, hey, I want you to start taking a photo of the skies, and you're gonna see it being built in camera, and then you can stop it when it's ready. I mean, a live composite is just a miracle. Same thing if you want to do live painting, you can also use a live composite. There are a lot of things that you can do with live composite. It's just such a great tool to have. Now, how about you want to do wildlife photography, but you really want to take a photo of this bird when it started to fly. You are just starting bird photography, and it's going to be kind of hard, even for professional photographers. But with Pro Capture, I know a few cameras now have started to think, hey, you know, this Pro Capture is pretty good. So a few camera brands have just started adapting Pro Capture on their own cameras. Well, OM system already use Pro Capture for few years, so they were already ahead of the trend. So they really are the visionary. They put that on their camera, and now just at the press of a button you can see your subject, and as soon as your subject is going to take off, well, you fully press and here you go, you know, you got the shot. It's basically like going back to the future. It's very hard if you're starting photography and you're waiting and you're like, okay, I want to click when that bird starts flying. Well, birds are very fast, and the chance of you getting the action is small, but with Pro Capture, you will get the shot. So good. And then you have other things like multiple exposures, or you also have the possibility of high resolution. So you can take high resolution, you can take a 80 megapixel image on a tripod or a 50 megapixel image handheld, because your camera is 20.4 megapixel, which is plenty. If you are starting photography, don't get all the hype of you need like those gigantic files and as many megapixels as you can. You're paying for those megapixels a very high price with other companies, and honestly, you will not need them. You can actually do quite a lot with 20.4 megapixel, so don't be worried about it. And then if you need more, well, you actually have them, but you will not need to have all your photos taken with that many megapixel. Having a lot of megapixel will help you crop. Well, I don't crop that often with my OM system cameras because it's a macro four thirds, so I also have the illusion of being closer to my subject, you know. So that's something to really keep in mind. Be careful if you're starting photography, you're looking at all those influencers online and they're telling you all about the megapixel. It's just, it's my usual rant with megapixel. You don't need that many megapixel. 20.4 megapixel is plenty. Now, the second thing that is so important to me is stabilization. I do not like to carry a tripod. I do some work like refraction where I do need a tripod, and then I will use a tripod, or when I'm recording I need a tripod, I will use a tripod. But most of the time I just like to have a camera and go around and take photos. I need a camera that has an excellent stabilization, and OM system is really on top of the list for their stabilization. So for me, I know that I can have my OM1 Mark II, my 150-400, and get excellent result handheld. Very rarely do I need a monopod or a tripod when I'm doing wildlife photography. To me, it's key. I know I'm going to get a sharp shot because I know how to use my camera, but I know that I can handheld my camera. And so that is very important, that peace of mind that I'm in the field and my camera can do what I ask it to do. Same thing if it's raining. Those cameras, the quality build is excellent. They are weather sealed, so they can really take the elements. I am in New Hampshire, so very cold, never had an issue with my camera. Even when it's very hot, I never had my camera overheating. Really, really appreciate that I can rely on my camera. And if it rains, it's not a problem. I don't have to worry and take my camera away and miss shots that will be excellent because I need to be out in the element and I shouldn't stop shooting because it's raining. Now, the third advantage, which I think is a big one, especially if you're starting with photography, is your budget. Photography is expensive and I don't want to have to pay like $5,000 or $6,000 for a camera and then even add some extra gear to make it work. No. So I really appreciate that my OM3 and then even lenses like the 150, 400 are way cheaper than other systems for the quality. Yeah, sure, you can look at different systems that they have different prices, but the quality and all the features that you're gonna find are not gonna be the same. So for the same quality, then you are getting so much more with OM system, in my opinion, than with other system for the same price. And that's important to me because my budget is not super big and I save my money to get the best lens and I don't have thousands of gears. Actually, right now, the only cameras I have is the OM3 and the OM1 Mark II because that's what I can afford. And some people might only be able to afford one camera. So those were my three main points for why you should really consider OM system. When I started, I had so much fun with this camera because I could take it anywhere, because I could afford it, and because I had so much fun because I had all the tools I needed with the computational features of my camera. And that, to me, really made a big difference because photography is all about creativity and having fun in the field. And the peace of mind to know that my camera can really deliver in any circumstances. So, let me know in the comments, are you thinking of switching system? Are you looking into getting your first mirrorless camera? Put a note below. Also, if you are an OM system photographer, feel free to post a comment below. Let me know why you use OM system. What are your favorite features of the OM system camera? And let's have a good discussion on OM system and macro four third camera and hopefully something useful that other photographers who are considering switching to OM system can use and read from people who use the system in the field and are day-to-day photographer like me and like you. I think that would be super useful. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only camera for you, not at all. There are other systems and you might be attracted to another system for something specific. That's great. But you want to make sure that you look at all the different systems available and you understand what your camera can do and cannot do and how much more you're going to invest within a different system if you're looking to do different type of photographies. So I thought I would do this video because I've heard a lot of people who did not know what OM system cameras can do and were very impressed to learn about the computational technology. So do your research for the type of photography that you do and also go and test those cameras in the field. It's the best way to know what system you should get. Now, I want to thank you again for all your support. If you're not a subscriber, well, it's never too late. Click on the subscribe button, click on the light, and click on the bell so you know when my videos are coming out. I hope you're all having a great weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday for my recap video. I have a couple of cool announcements, so I hope I'll see you on Wednesday. And until then, happy shooting! Au revoir!